Hello and welcome to the G-Log for the 2nd of September 2016. I am Gary Reaver. Today I'm going to be talking about two things. My switch from the YouTube network Freedom to Ritual, as well as the recent channel Upheaval, which you may or may not have noticed. If you're not interested why I switched network, but you want to know why things are going to be weird for a little bit, click this here and it will take you to when I'm talking about the channel Upheaval. So why did I switch from Freedom? I was a member of Freedom for almost 2 years. It was like September of 2014 when I joined them. And it was the first network that I'd ever joined. Back then, things like the abysmal ad revenue cut didn't really bother me because I wasn't really earning anything from YouTube. And that cut is a 60-40 split. I got 60%, they got 40%. That split is really bad. I think it's even the worst split that a network can have. And if that's not enough, I always felt kind of out of place at Freedom. You know how you get some businesses where they're really friendly and everything, but you don't feel they're professional? Where it's more about making you feel comfortable than actually making it feel like you're part of a business, which is what this is. This is my job. And I don't want to be talked to like I'm a child. I want to be talked to like I'm a business partner. And I just never got that feeling from Freedom. But the big thing, the thing that really made me decide, yep, I do need to get out of this network and go to a better one, is the terrible, terrible support system that Freedom has. Like a lot of things, you submit a ticket and then someone from their support team will check the ticket and reply to you and so on. Freedom's support network is very, very slow and usually dismissive or once even plain insulting to me about what I was asking. One example is early on when I'd recently joined Freedom, I asked them, because I of course suffered a lot of copyright issues with PokeSins, I contacted them to sort of check their advice on what I should do with these videos that are within fair use but get flagged anyway. The first response I got was, they're not in fair use, you're wrong. Paraphrasing, but that is pretty much what they said. That is just not okay to get as a response from your network support system. So, and he closed the ticket as well, because either you or them can close the ticket, and he closed it after saying that. So I opened another ticket, cited that one and said, look, I don't feel this issue is resolved. That answer doesn't answer my bloody question. And somebody else, it was a different person, replied, no, you're definitely within fair use, just keep disputing it. If for any reason you lose. And for the record, I've never lost a dispute for PokeSins. And while he was a lot politer, it's still not okay that I have to sort of ask again for someone who after someone closed the ticket prematurely after giving me an insulting answer. But the final one that made me sort of go nope is when I got hacked recently. And I mentioned this on Twitter. I don't even remember if I did a video on it. But I got hacked. Somebody gained control of my channel for about 8 hours. So, of course, I immediately contacted my YouTube network because who knows what they may have got. And the guy responded with, basically, it happens to everyone, live with it. The worst thing that can happen to a YouTuber, even worse than I'd say than getting your channel shut down, is having some unauthorized person gain access to it. And it happens to everyone, live with it. What do you even say to that? Well, my response was, okay, I'm going to go live with it elsewhere with a different network, because that's just not on. One good thing I will say for Freedom is that their position music library is phenomenal. It is really, really good. And I've actually found one of my favourite bands, Blue Starly, from their music library. So the other half of leaving Freedom, another network stepped in and gave me a much better offer. Because when you're in a network, you do tend to get invitations and messages from other networks who are trying to win you over or who aren't aware that you're actually in a network at all. So Ritual came to me and they offered me a partnership, and I thought, you know what, it doesn't hurt to talk to them. So I said, right, what would you do, for example, if I was dealing with copyright issues or had been hacked? And their response immediately was, we can pass it on to the legal team and they can help you get that sorted. So right off the bat, that is more than freedom ever did. Even if it is just talk, even if the legal system can't help, then that is still more than freedom ever did. Their response was pretty much live with it. And on top of that, the entire back and forth with the Ritual recruiter, someone by the name of Savannah, was really professional, and she made me feel like I was being talked to as a professional in the business rather than, you know, some guy who's really pleased to be on YouTube and, oh, we just can't wait to get you started. That's freedom. And it sounds like I'm sort of giving them a lot of grief, but yeah, 2 years of them taking 40% of my cut, and their best was live with it. I'm incredibly bitter about that. So I was already pretty much sold on joining Ritual. And then I'm told about this incentives program they have. They give you an incentive to reach milestones, to push for milestones. I'm not exactly 100% sure what the incentives are, but they mentioned it's like a cash bonus that can be to improve what your equipment, something, or even just a nice bonus for you because you sort of worked really hard to hit these milestones. And the milestone I have coming up is a view milestone. And it's, you know, far enough off so that it's something I have to push for, but it's achievable. And although I wouldn't choose a network based solely on the promise of, you know, money for achievements, it was a nice addition to the offer. And overall, I just have really high hopes for Ritual as a network over my experience with freedom. And experience is definitely what it was. But that's why I'm switching network, and hello again to all the people who skipped forward. Now I'm going to be talking about the Upheaval, and this is related to the Switch, which is why it's on the same video, but it's sort of separate as well. Upon leaving Freedom, it reset all of my monetization settings because Freedom handled that. That's what networks do. They handle the ads on your videos. So it reset all of my monetization. And as of yet, my monetization hasn't come back. I don't know exactly why this is. I'm working on fixing it. But until then, I don't know that I'm actually earning any money. And as I said, this is my job. So I sort of want to fix that as soon as possible. But until this is settled, I'm understandably hesitant to upload videos. So I'm waiting for it to settle. Think of it like wanting to paint a house before you move in. I want to make sure that, you know, the new network is like linked properly and I'm earning money again from it before I move in and start re-uploading videos at my normal rate. Which is why there have been a few missed uploads recently. That's the reason for it. In particular, PokeSims will be postponed until this is fixed. However, there is a bright side. I'm going to keep making them as if I'd already uploaded it, and then when everything's all sorted, you know, when my monetization is working again, when everything is just, you know, the house is beautifully painted, I'll upload any PokeSims episodes I made in that time, because I don't know how long this may take. It might just be a couple of days. It might be a week or more. So there is the potential for a double upload of PokeSims. I'm not going to say it's a guarantee. There's a potential for it. How is that? That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Good. I appreciate your understanding, and I hope this doesn't take much longer to sort out. So thank you very much for watching. Please consider following me on Twitter or pledging to my Patreon, both linked in the description, and I will catch you later.